and went through joint workouts with the Browns today. They'll do it again tomorrow over at Browns training camp in Berea. And that's where we find the voice of the Browns, Jim Donovan. Jimmy, good afternoon to you. A few weeks into training camp, it's always good to line up against somebody else. Different bodies can always keep things fresh. How did things go today?
Boy, things went really well, Jay. I would say this to you. If the Browns were opening up the season against the Chiefs on Sunday afternoon at Arrowhead Stadium, they would be ready.
Wow.
They were dominant today against the New York Giants in every phase of what the day proceeded to show us out on the practice field. Offense, defense, special teams, amazing how good the Browns looked, and the New York Giants were running wind sprints at the end of the day. That kind of tells you the way that things went for them in the eyes of their head coach, Joe Judge. So we'll take you out here today. It was a great day, a day of great work, but a day where the New York media was here in big numbers, not to watch the Giants, but to try and talk to Odell Beckham Jr. But he was not a taker on that. Welcome home, Freddie Kitchens, now an assistant coach with the Giants in his second year. Let's get to the football. Baker Mayfield on target all day long. Jarvis Landry with an amazing one-handed catch, and that continued all afternoon long. The tight end David Njoku, a an array of fine plays by a big reaching tight end. He was unstoppable going up against the former Brown Jabril Peppers. The running game pierced through the Giants' very good front four. That would be Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. And offensively, the day ended with a Mayfield Hail Mary throw into the end zone, into the arms of his guy, Hollywood Higgins. The defense was stupendous, topped off by the last play of the entire session, an interception by the Browns' first draft choice, Greg Newsome. That's how great a day it was for the Browns here today against the New York Giants. So what we saw on Saturday night in Jacksonville continued here today, and they'll have another practice against the Giants coming up tomorrow afternoon. But so far, this team looks very, very legit, very strong, and anybody who watches them from the outside really takes a look in and says, boy, the Browns are very, very much for real. Tremendous day.
I thought it was really good competition, Zach, on both sides. I really think, I was on the far field there with our offense versus their defense, but I was trying to peek over in between plays. I thought it was really competitive work. To be able to finish in a 2-minute drive, I think, is a big deal, because in these games you can't predict if you're going to get a 2-minute drive. So it was good, solid work.
Well, it's football, so it's going to be competitive. But like right now, the leadership group on our team and the Browns are talking. Make sure we're on the same page. Both staffs have talked to their players extensively. I spoke to our players. Kevin spoke to his players. We've both given the message we're here to work together. Okay, we don't have to get on a plane and fly across country to come get in a fist fight. We're out here to play football against a good team and to improve what we're doing as a team.
All right, the two teams are in different positions. I mean, the Browns were expected to be good, 11-5 last year, won a playoff game. The Giants are 6-10. They're in a very weak division. That seems funny to say. The NFC is East is weak, but it is. And the Giants right now are trying to find their way, and they have a lot of question marks on their offensive line. And how good is their quarterback? And is Saquon Barkley going to come back and be 100%? Those are their problems. The Browns did get nicked up at the linebacker position today. Sione Takitaki walked off the field with some kind of an injury. Jacob Phillips, the second-year linebacker from LSU, he walked off the field early in the practice. Looked like a hand injury for him. We don't know the seriousness of either one of those injuries. We should find that out maybe tomorrow from Kevin Stefanski. He was waiting to talk with the trainers. Jay, A+, A+, A+ for the Browns today. Things couldn't have gone any better.
So, Jimmy, I got to tell you, and I'm not alone, I'm sure there are a lot of folks watching this at home are thinking exactly what I am. You're a veteran of these training camps. You've seen it all. You tend to not go overboard, particularly when it's not warranted. My excitement meter was already redlining, and I think you just blew the whole thing up. I can't wait for this thing to get going now, Jimmy.
Really, I have to tell you, Jay, there have been other times where in the middle of training camp, the Browns have had these workouts against other teams, like the Buffalo Bills came in here, Tampa Bay a couple of years ago, and you'd watch 10 minutes of the practice and go, uh-oh, we have problems. That is not the case this year.
All right. It's so fun to be on the other side of that. And by the way, it was good to see Freddie Kitchens back in town. Had to be a little odd for him, I'm sure, but it was good to see him back. Jimmy, thanks, and I'm sure you'll have much more coming up at 6 o'clock.
All right, we'll talk to you then. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Well, now on your feet at 5, the debate over masks in schools is only intensifying as our kids head back to the classroom. Today, someone took a unique and extreme measure to get his point across in the skies over Chagrin schools. This as a major school district reverses course on masking policies. January Keaton has been following everything all day for us. January, what's the latest?
Yeah, Betsy, a lot to unpack here. Let's just say that was an abrupt 180, wasn't it? First week of August, they're like, hey, get ready for the school year with no masks. Now, not so fast. We're going to have you guys start the school year with those masks on after all. Now, the abrupt change, like I said, it might be frustrating to some parents. And Mentor School Superintendent Bill Porter, he acknowledges that in a videotaped public address. He said he gets it, but it is the safest bet. Chagrin Falls schools also deciding masks are best for its students. Today, like you mentioned, someone decided to disagree with that in a big way. They flew a plane over Chagrin Falls intermediate, middle, and high schools with a banner that read, "Muzzle the school board, not our kids." Both Chagrin Falls and Mentor schools say the mandate is for the best, given the recent surge in COVID cases. Most parents I talked to are okay with it.
Of course, these children are unable to be vaccinated, and so they need protection.
There's other variants happening right now, and why not be safe than sorry?
We wear masks. Yep.
Now I contacted both the Chagrin Falls and Mentor school boards. Both declined to comment at this time. Now, the mask mandate only applies to students and staff of grades K through 6. As far as students and staff of grades 7 through 12, it's not mandatory, but it is recommended that they wear masks. Betsy.
That's right. And of course, it is individual to the school district and in some cases even school buildings. So make sure you check with wherever your kids are going to school. All right, January. Thanks so much. Jay.
Well, Betsy, Akron has a new police chief. His name is Steve Mylett, and he was sworn in today by Mayor Dan Horrigan. Mylett has had over 3 decades of experience in law enforcement. He says one of the biggest challenges ahead is tackling gun violence.
Losing too many lives. And it's the loss of human life with the victim of the violent crime, but it's also the loss of the human life that's going to prison for the rest of their lives for poor decision making. And as a community, we have to figure this out.
Mylett says in the past 24 hours alone, Akron has seized at least half a dozen guns, some of those weapons taken from teenagers. Mylett says his first priority will be building trust within the department and the community. He also noted the importance of transparency, and he vowed to maintain open communication and get information into the public's hands as quickly as possible.
Well, back to the coronavirus now, and as COVID cases continue to surge across the nation, travelers are having second thoughts about going on their vacations. According to TSA data, U.S. air travel hit a 10-week low on Tuesday, and on Tuesday, the agency screened 1.6 million passengers. That's a 28% drop from its summer high, which was just over 2.2 million passengers at the beginning of the month. Now, obviously the airlines, here we go again, they are going to be very impacted on this, financially so too. They're saying that the Delta variant has caused a rise in those cancellations. Sure. It's also the end of the summer travel season, so we could be seeing some fluctuations as far as air travel goes with prices and whatnot going forward.
I think that does play into it, the fact that we're at the end of the summer season now. A lot of folks are going back to school, summer vacations sort of ending, so you would expect naturally to see a dip in travel. But I think this is probably more than they see in an average year. And without question, the Delta variant and the news of that Delta variant is starting to get out. People are beginning to make changes in their lives again that more resemble 2020 than what we've seen in 2021.
And remember the masking mandates for the federal masking mandates for public transportation, buses, planes, and those things, that has been extended into next year. So we have a long way to go with those masks still on. Well, coming up for us after the break, it's a tough topic for many teachers, getting money for school supplies. How educators in Lorain are getting their hands on some free supplies this school year.
Then, Betsy, it's called Blood Brothers, and it's getting a ton of buzz. We're going to take a look at the new Netflix documentary that dives into the friendship between Muhammad Ali and Malcolm X. That's coming up in Pop Break. But right now, our first hello of the show to Matt Wintz. Hey there, Matt.
Yeah, hi there, everybody. Most of us, this is the product of isolated downpours in the forecast. Most of us are just fine this evening. We've got partly cloudy skies, temps in the 70s to near 80 degrees. However, out towards the east, Ashtabula and Trumbull County, a recipient of those isolated downpours, we've got lots of flooding ongoing out there. We'll detail that. We'll talk about your weekend, and next week, we've got a whole week to plan weather-wise. I've got it for you after the break.
Welcome back to What's New. It's crazy to think that summer's pretty much coming to an end. I know it seems like we were just getting started with it, but in Northeast Ohio, a lot of students are already headed back to the classroom, and that means the rush to get those supplies is on. And in Lorain County, teachers are doing something really cool. They're getting help gathering those supplies from the sheriff's department.
This is pretty cool stuff. Jasmine Monroe joins us now with the story of one local teacher who was so thrilled when she learned the news.
School is officially back in session.
Fifth graders at Frank Jacinto, I can't wait to see you in a couple of days, and it's going to be a great year.
Pencils, glue, binders, and markers, those are just some of the school supplies needed to succeed during the school year.
This is exciting. I think they're going to be really excited.
But the need for supplies in the classroom continued to grow.
This is my 25th year of teaching, and my students need supplies every year.
Thanks to the Lorain County Sheriff's Office, Alexis Hayden, a fifth grade teacher at Frank Jacinto Elementary School, was able to pick whatever she needed for her classroom.
I don't think hard's the right word. It's become second nature to go to the store prior to the school year to go and get supplies.
From top to bottom, what once was a storage closet, now the very thing that sets students up for success.
And these kids, when they come to school, you know, sometimes their parents are on fixed incomes. We understand that. For these teachers, they're on fixed incomes. So for us to be able to supply some of this stuff, it makes our employees feel great too.
Not to mention, having them back inside of the classroom helps with participation.
Our job doesn't quit when the bell rings and the kids walk out the door. We still think about them when they go home, and we worry about them. And to be able to help them in as many ways possible It's so much easier when we have them and we can see them and we can talk to them face to face.
A long-awaited face-to-face interaction that Alexis says can never be replaced.
I can't wait. We're gonna do so many things that I wanted to do last year, and get ready for a fun year, guys.
I'm Jasmine Monroe, 3 News.
Well, the supplies in stock are targeted for K through 6, but there's ample folders, writing paper, pencils, and pens available for all grades.
The only requirement is you have to show your school ID verifying that you work for Lorain County. Hours of operation will be 9 to 1. The store is open on the second Saturday of each month throughout the school year.
This is so important to support our schools. And I know people are like, oh, that's what my taxes go for. There is so much more that can be done, and a lot of times teachers are paying out of their own pocket to get stuff to make their classrooms fun, and in some cases, they buy clothes for the kids. I mean, it's incredible the sacrifices that the teachers give up. There is a website called DonorsChoose.org. Go there if you want to support a classroom. There's tons, believe me, tons. You can search by school district. You can find specific projects in your school district that need some support, and you can do it anonymously if you'd like to. You can also, honor someone else in memoriam of someone else. It's a really awesome opportunity just to go direct support to the programs and the different projects that you want directly.
Yeah, you can't learn unless you have all of the tools necessary to do it, no matter what grade you're in. I mean, and whether you're in kindergarten or 6th grade or a senior in high school, there are different tools that you need to get your job done. And I think we're just setting up our future generation to succeed if they walk into that classroom and they don't have to worry, I don't have this, how am I going to get this done? They have what they need supplies-wise.
Again,
Great story.
That website is DonorsChoose.org.
Very cool.
Good one. Oh my goodness, what a day. It's kind of unfair, right? We're here talking about going back to school, back in the classroom, and it's gonna be 84 and partly cloudy as we go through the day tomorrow. It's like, come on, that's not fair at all.
Yeah, hot, very hot. Off that story, Matt, your weather word today is paste. Paste was my favorite supply.
Did you eat it?
Nope, it smelled like I could, and I'm not the only one that's thinking that right now. It smelled like you could, but please don't do that. But didn't it smell good, the paste?
It did. I tried it. When I was little, everybody did.
What is wrong with you guys?
Elmer's white glue or whatever. It's terrible.
My mind goes to the Friends episode with Ross in the pants where he can't get the leather pants off. So that's where I'm going. Sticky weather over the next couple days. But yeah, we'll get that in there. Guys, we've had some heavier rainfall out east. You look at the scope of northeast Ohio, not a lot of rain, right? We had a lot of sunshine, high clouds mixed in today, but out towards the east, we had some very heavy downpours, and they're not moving. That's the problem. They're pulsing their way. You get the rain that falls, the outflow boundaries create new storms next to it. So this pocket of heavy rain we've had across southern Ashtabula, northern Trumbull County hasn't moved much last couple hours. You can see it's kind of bubbling its way out towards the west. So areas of eastern Geauga County and Portage County, you've been seeing those storms off towards your east. Those may likely, over the last couple hours, that's a good word to hear from a meteorologist. You can see out towards the east. Those will likely head out towards the west as they continue throughout the afternoon. We've seen anywhere from 2 to 3 inches of rain in spots. Lots of ongoing flooding areas of Trumbull County. Big picture, here's Fred, still saying goodbye to that and slowing down because we've got Henri out towards the east kind of blocking things. You can see the system we were tracking yesterday sliding to our south. Still some lingering moisture in place. And then as we get into the daytime tomorrow, we're dealing with sunny skies out towards the west. I think we've got a beautiful Friday around here. Again, stray downpour somewhere around northeast Ohio possible, but I think we'll really lose that. Tropical Storm Grace hit the Yucatan yesterday. That is heading out into open waters of the Gulf. Will likely head into Mexico. Henri is the interesting one. Over the course of the next couple days, still expecting this to do a loop-de-loop up towards the eastern seaboard. Winds at 65 right now, expected to become a hurricane here over the next day or so. And you can see Saturday we're tracking off the coast of the Carolinas, and then the weekend it gets interesting depending on where it goes. This will put a hold on our weather pattern. If you have travel plans, friends and family along the eastern seaboard, not just something to watch, but this will create large swells, large ocean waves, and lots of rip current warnings and advisories out the eastern seaboard. For us, though, we enjoy enjoy quiet weather tomorrow. National Design Mart hour-by-hour forecast. You can see we'll have mainly clear skies, perhaps some fog once again tomorrow morning. Temperatures generally in the 60s. Pretty nice night tonight. Tomorrow we'll have lots of sunshine. You can copy and paste this forecast on Saturday as well. Yes, and then you can see temperatures as we get into Friday night comfortable as well. Humidity going to take a little dive on Saturday. We're still humid, but then we build that back next week. That will set up an unstable pattern next week, which brings more shower and thunderstorm chances back. Your Union Home Mortgage 7-day showing the heat returns. We're back into the mid-80s. We haven't been there in a while. That will continue. Next chance of rain on Sunday. Not looking like much at this point. That system really washes out. Better chance Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of next week, Jay. But overall, looking very summery as we continue to usher in school talk, right, for all the kiddos.
All right, 2 thumbs up on the use of paste there.
Yeah,
you went a different direction, but it was well done.
Yeah, it worked.
All right, Matt, we'll see you in the next half hour. After the break, if you love Ed Sheeran, and who doesn't, we have some good news for you. We're going to tell you all about when you can hear his new music. That's coming up in Pop Break.
Then a snake shows up on a supermarket shelf. But that's not the only coincidence that makes this our worth the watch. Hello, clean up in aisle 3.
Wow.
For real.
I'm not doing that.
Ay, ay, ay.
Hi, Matt. How are you? We're going to be talking about Muhammad Ali and Malcolm X. I'm so excited for this, guys. I can't wait.
There it is. That's our Kiera Cotton theme song. How cool to have your own music. Like every day when she's out here, there's the music, and that means it's time for our daily pop break.
And here she is, Kiera Cotton with the latest.
That's right. Today we're talking about a never-before-seen look at how the lives of a civil rights leader and a boxing legend were intertwined. A new Netflix documentary is set to explore the friendship between Muhammad Ali and Malcolm X. Blood Brothers takes an in-depth look at the lives of the two men, from what challenged them to their faith and how their friendship came to an untimely end. The film is based on the book by Randy Roberts and Johnny Smith, and Netflix describes the film as a look at their extraordinary bond that cracks under the weight of distrust and shifting ideals. Blood Brothers, Malcolm X and Muhammad Ali will hit the streaming service September 9th. He's already had us add, multiply, and divide, but now Ed Sheeran is hoping to make things equal. The 30-year-old singer announced today that he will be releasing his 4th full-length album later this year. The 14-track album includes singles Bad Habit, which was released back in June, and his latest song Visiting Hours that was released today. According to Sheeran, the new album focuses on how greatly his life has changed in recent years, from marriage and fatherhood to losing one of his closest friends. Equals will be available to stream October 29th. And Zac Efron may not have a TikTok of his own, but that didn't stop him from making a cameo. The 33-year-old joined fellow actor Jessica Alba for a TikTok dance trend that includes some fancy footwork. The two shot the video while on set for a short series on Dubai tourism. According to Alba, despite this being Zac's first TikTok ever, it took her over an hour and he learned the dance in just 2 minutes. Now, a Honey Daniels and Troy Bolton collab, how could I be mad at that? But Jay and Betsy, my question is, what do I have to do to get you two to get in on a TikTok dancing trend?
I'm not even on TikTok, so
that's okay.
That's the problem, right?
No, I'll teach you.
Are you on TikTok?
Well, I am, yeah. Sorry, I mean, I know that was a curveball you didn't see coming. All the kids are doing it, Bets. Actually, I'll fill you in on something. I have a TikTok so I can watch.
Okay.
I don't think I've ever made a video, though.
Okay.
We're going to change that.
Yeah.
We're going to get on that.
And by the way, to answer your question, what will it take to get me to do that? There's not enough money in the world.
No.
The Fonz doesn't dance.
There's a track record, though, of shenanigans that have been done by this man when certain things are put on the line. So we'll talk on the break.
We'll figure it out.
That's true. That is true. Thanks,
He's a little
Keith.
bit competitive, so we can
just a
play
touch.
on that. All right. Today's Worth a Watch is absolutely terrifying. A woman in Sydney, Australia was just browsing the spice aisle at the supermarket when she comes face to face with a 10-foot snake. Okay, now keep this in mind. It's not venomous. It's a diamond python. It didn't cause any trouble. But here's the really interesting coincidence. The woman who filmed this video is actually a trained snake catcher.
What?
So she's the one that finds it. She's browsing and all this stuff, so they take it out. And they obviously wrangled it just fine. But
well, it's a good thing that she knew snakes.
Right.
Because any other normal human being
if it was me,
would be running. Look at that. That might be one of the most frightening things you can ever see. Right there.
I'm speechless.
Imagine you reach for a spice and you grab the snake
What
instead.
if its little tongue hit your hand? That would not be good.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is quite an animal.
I'd turn into a ghost right quick.
All right, coming up in the second half hour of What's New, shortages continue, even on school buses. Why some districts are having a real hard time finding bus drivers.
And we only have a little more than a month left of summer. But already Halloween decorations are hitting stores. I have seen Christmas decorations out.
No, you haven't.
We're going to tell you one store that is sold out of their most spooky things.
And it's back to school time. And one of everyone's favorite parts is the pictures, right?
Oh, no.
I know you don't see them here.
No.
But stay tuned as the What's New crew breaks open the Wayback Vault for some of our least favorite school pictures. There will be embarrassment involved.
I don't even know what mine is. My mom sent it in.
I don't know what mine is either.
Terrified.
And now, live from WKYC Studios, this is What's New.
Let's get you caught up on 3 things you need to know at 5:30. The debate over kids wearing masks at school took new heights this morning. Chagrin Falls parents posted these pictures on Twitter. It's actually a plane that was flying in the area that read, "Muzzle the school board, not our kids." The district decided earlier this month to require masks at the start of this school year. We reached out to the district about the banner, but they have not responded.
Today's COVID cases break 3,000 for the 5th time this month. Overnight, 3,446 cases were reported. That's the highest reported number so far this month. 170 more patients were admitted to the hospital. In all, COVID patients are taking up just over 6% of the state's hospital beds. Also on the COVID front, the Kings of Leon canceled their concert at Blossom Music Center. They were supposed to play tonight, but a member of the band's team tested positive for COVID. This is a story that we may see more and more in the coming months. More details about what will happen next has not yet been released.
And Betsy, number 3, the New York Giants are in town for a preseason game Sunday at First Energy Stadium, and they came in a few days early so they could go through joint workouts with the Browns today, and they'll do it as well tomorrow. This in preparation for preseason game number 2. We had Jimmy Donovan on in the first half hour of the show, and kids, let me tell you, he is super excited about what he saw today. Said the Browns dominated all phases of the workout. Offense, defense, special teams. That is so good to hear. The Browns and Giants play Sunday at 1. This is the only home preseason game on the schedule this year. After that, just one preseason game remaining. Then 2 weeks later, the Browns kick it for good at the Kansas City Chiefs on September 12th. Man, am I excited. Jimmy is he's very excitable during the games, but usually on the outlook of the Browns, he's pretty bullish. You know, he keeps things pretty close to the vest. But when I hear him talking about they dominated everything and this was great and that was great and this was great, I tend to buy.
If you ever want to see Jimmy out and about, just ask him about Nick Chubb. You will see hearty eyes on Jimmy, and he starts to glow and sparkle. He just adores the guy. And I think more and more, Jimmy really gets to know these players, and he is really invested with them, and he is excited. Yeah,
listen, Chubb is a generational player in my view, and if you've got to pick that one guy on the team to have those eyes about, it's Nick Chubb.
Chubba Wubba Hubba.
He is the man. All right, welcome back to What's New. Thanks so much for sticking with us, or if you're just home from work, thanks for dropping by. With Betsy Kling, I'm Jay Crawford, and I am nervous. We talked about this going to break. Later in the program, we're going to show old photos. I don't know which picture they're going to show of me. Betsy doesn't know either, but we're both nervous.
All I know is that producer Mo in my ear says, I have 4.
Ooh.
And then our director, Matt, was laughing in our ear. So this is going to be a little nerve-wracking. But we do have more to talk about, actually. We're going to get to our top talker. We've reported on the worker shortage in the hospitality industry, but now it's hitting school districts. Nationwide, they are struggling to find bus drivers. Fewer drivers will mean fewer buses, so the buses that are on the road are going to be even more crowded with kids at a time when social distancing is more important than ever. Basically, this means individual drivers have to cover more routes, which could be longer, and so kids end up spending even more time on the bus. Some districts are offering bonuses to lure in drivers, but it's not doing the trick.
You have the opportunity to earn a $1,500 sign-on bonus if you want to become a bus driver.
We're looking to fill 100 driver positions right now.
And at your last job fair, how many people showed up?
We had 16 show up at our last job. 16.
Okay, so many drivers are shying away because they're worried about being close to kids, and that could expose them to COVID, especially in districts where masks aren't required. I thought school buses are a form of public transportation, so no matter what, they still have to wear a mask on a bus. I don't know the particulars of that.
Yeah.
My thing is, there are a lot of people who don't have the needed licensing. You have to have a really high level driver's license to do it.
Right.
But if you've ever even thought about it, and I think about the people who have those really big motorhomes, you're used to basically driving a a bus.
Yeah.
And if you're looking for a little extra cash or you're going to be around for a while, try it. I mean, I think it's a service that you would be able to provide to your community, and right now they really need your help.
And it's such an important job when you think about it. I mean, literally, you have dozens of kids' lives in your hands twice a day, every day.
And there's an impact to be made, too. Do you remember your bus drivers?
I absolutely remember my bus drivers.
Bus driver. Mrs. Harris, Mr. Finney. I mean, you just remember your bus drivers.
You do.
And it becomes a really big part of being a kid.
All right, friends, even though we're still in August and Halloween is more than 2 months away, the decorations for the scary holiday are flying, and I mean flying off the shelves. Home Depot released some products online early, and Betsy, they sold out of everything, and they sold out immediately. Experts say the spooky sales are sending a signal that consumers will be eager to decorate their homes this fall and winter. The full assortment of Home Depot's Halloween decor is expected to go on sale in the coming weeks. And I have my theory, could be wrong, just my theory. We didn't really get to partake last year.
Nope.
And so because of that, I think we're all ready to go all in this year. I said a couple of times last October, man, I can't wait until next Halloween because the Halloween parties are going to be just ridiculous because we couldn't do it this year. And now with things where they are, who knows whether we'll even be able to get together for Halloween parties this year.
Last year, I had never seen so many full-size candy bars given out as I saw last year when my girls went. It was like everybody was like, full size for the kids.
Everybody wins.
People gave out whole packages of cookies, not like little
big
full
ones.
packages of cookies. It was fantastic.
Wonder what's going to happen this year.
Everybody's ready to get those kids out and get them.
Are you ready for the Halloween? Like, are you ready to put the decorations out?
Clue. No,
me neither. Yeah,
I'm a hot mess.
It's too early for that. All right, it is Throwdown Thursday here on What's New, and as students head back to school, we're heading back to the books. We're going to test our knowledge, Betsy, on some back-to-school facts.
I have no idea what's coming on that.
I don't either.
But first, if you're looking for some assistance with rent, utilities, or even your mortgage right now, we have answers on who can help. How it all works, coming up in Clicking in Cleveland. And Matt's got your weather in a jiffy.
Yeah, guys, today's, I've got some insider information. We've all seen this one, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Who is that?
The Mountain Man.
That's Robert Redford.
It is Robert Redford. A lot of people think it's Zach Galifianakis. I mean, it looks like him, right?
That's the only time that the two will ever be confused.
I totally agree. This is how I feel about today's weather. It's okay, except if you're out east. We'll talk flooding concerns. We'll take you through that weekend. We've got Betsy and Jay's high school and elementary pictures
yours
coming up.
too?
Don't worry about mine.
All right, here it is Thursday. I know everybody's starting to think ahead to the weekend, but today has not been too bad for us, at least most of us. There were some areas that had some problems, though.
Yeah, we're definitely improving. Again, most of us are improving. After we're saying goodbye to Fred, we're still left with kind of that murky tropical feel, as you'd expect this time of year. And that's going to continue on through the weekend and next week. No big weather pattern changes, except for a little bit of a warm-up as we get onto the weekend and next week. Temperatures, they're pretty hodgepodge. We had mid-80s out towards Sandusky, Norwalk. That was our hot spot today, kind of in between from Canton up towards Cleveland in the 80s. Then out east, we sparked some showers and thunderstorms. They were very isolated, but boy, they were slow moving, and they continue to rake areas of Trumbull County, even southern Ashtabula County. That's where our highest moisture content is. We've got 70-degree dew points there. We've had some dry air mixing in from the mid-levels in between, so it's a manageable humidity outside. And you look at the radar, few and far between are the showers. We've had some high clouds skirting over the area, but here's the heavy rain out towards the east, starting to wane in intensity. That's a good news. We still have flash flood warnings. Southern Trumbull County, you get into southern areas of Ashtabula County to south of Andover. We're talking flood advisories. You can see everything kind of pulsing its way off towards the west and slowly fading as it gets away from that main moisture source. 2 to 3 inches near Kinsman around Route 11 there. Lots of rain, likely some ponding water, if not flooded side roads out in that neck of the woods. Should dry out tonight. We say goodbye to this system. Here's the leftovers of Fred heading out as well. Should be a nice day tomorrow. We'll settle into this pattern here. Everything kind of moving off towards the north and the east. A very vigorous system out west. I talked about this earlier this week. Went from the 90s to the 50s in areas of the mountains, getting some snow in the higher elevations. Look at this trough out west. This system you'd think would bring us a big pattern change next week. Not the case. It's going to head up into Canada and keep this flow coming out of the Gulf for another 7 days. So no big pattern changes. Nice day on Friday. Tropics remain active as well, as you'd expect. Henri and Grace. Good look at these via our GOES satellite. Look at the structure of this system. Kind of broken. We've got some dry air wrapping into Grace from the northern side. Doesn't like that. It'll re-strengthen. And then here's Henri. Pretty decent looking storm, although some shear has been taking it apart over the last 36 hours or so. Expected to curve and strengthen as it heads into that Gulf Stream. Very warm waters off the coast. You can see it approaches coastal New England as we get into Sunday and Monday. That will put a hold on our weather pattern. You see it here in your National Zymart look ahead. Yeah, some isolated activity mainly down to our south tomorrow. Here's the front coming in this weekend. It just kind of fizzles in part due to Henri kind of saying, hold on to that system. Not a real good push from that. So we're going to stay mainly dry over the course of the weekend. We'll have to watch Sunday for some isolated rain around the area. Union Home Mortgage 7-day. You can see the warm up. Yep, we're up to upper 80s Tuesday and Wednesday. And then we start finally bringing in perhaps some cooler air after those thunderstorms leave late next week. Jay?
All right, Matt, thank you very much. Time right now to see what's clicking in Cleveland. And for that, we bring in our digital anchor, Stephanie Haney. Hi, Stephanie.
Hi, Jay. You know, we had a beautiful tribute to September 11th victims starting out from Cleveland today. This special motorcade for flags across America is making its way from Cleveland all the way to the Flight 93 Memorial Site in Shanksville, Pennsylvania. 20 people started at the Rock and Roll City Harley-Davidson with about 60 flags. They'll be making their way to all 3 national 9/11 memorials, and they're doing this now, a few weeks early, to make sure they don't interfere with any memorial events happening on the 20th anniversary of those attacks. Now, if you're someone who has been affected financially by the pandemic, remember there is a lot of money available to help you stay in your home, and we have a list of where to go to get that help on WKYC.com. Ohio has authorized $465 million in funding for residents who can't pay their rent because of COVID. This can also be used for electricity, gas, and other needs. Now, our resource list is broken down by county. We can send the link right to your phone. Just text the word RENT to 216-344-3300, and we will text you right back with that link. And it is back to school time, and our 3 News viewers are sharing their first day photos. Here's a student from Medina. He is 9 now in 4th grade, and he wants to be a doctor. In Perry, this family is sharing back to school wisdom from Dr. Seuss. All of our students are definitely off to great places. Peyton in Paynesville is all masked up and matching, very cool in his black shirt and his very bright backpack. And Tiffany Nicholson shares this photo of this guy's first day of kindergarten.
Wow.
So much excitement, such a big day. Whether you're in the classroom, Jay and Betsy, or you're doing it virtual, there's just so much excitement and possibility around the first day of school.
Yeah, I still remember both of mine's, their first day and the pictures. I could go back to that moment anytime I see those pictures.
Yep, and then you fast forward to junior high and high school and the 18 different outfit changes, and
that
there's
happens.
a lot that goes on, certainly. Well, don't you go anywhere, because Here we go. All right. The back to school picture fun is continuing now. For those of you who are members of the What's New Facebook page, our 3 What's New Facebook page, you probably saw this. Matt started this thread yesterday as a joke. He posted a random picture of a woman, and he said it was our producer, Mo. It's not.
No,
There's a lot of people
not.
who think it is, but it's not.
Yeah, it's not. So everyone started weighing in, and Matt then came up with another brilliant idea. He has so many of them. He
Great.
wanted all of us to share at least our least favorite school photos.
You're welcome, everybody.
Yeah, Matt, I'm going to go to you first, so you get to start.
Great. Yeah, there's a lot going wrong with this. A lot going wrong. I have braces. I don't know if you can see those. Those help the teeth get corrected. That is a Michigan sweatshirt. I graduated from Ohio State.
Wow.
It's like a knockoff. It's not even the right color.
No.
There are so many things wrong with this picture. I was upset with seeing this. I almost tore it in half. But anyway, I want to see yours.
Okay, Kiara's next. Kiara, what do we got here? Oh,
Look at this.
Adorable.
Wow.
I am privy to a pageant mom, so she took picture day very, very seriously. I don't really have bad ones, but here are a few.
Do we know what grades these are?
I think the first one was maybe like 2nd or 3rd, and then this one's probably like 3rd or 4th-ish.
I always love the poses where they're like touching a tree.
Right? Yeah.
You know.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, wait.
That is brutal. That's my senior picture.
What a babe.
We're all over the place. This is my mother sent these in. Thanks, Mom.
You've always had such great hair.
I have some big eyebrows and big hair.
And you've said before that was naturally curly.
That is my naturally curly hair. Yeah.
Wow.
And for all the people who think I have light hair, this is the real thing. This is Stephanie.
This is me.
I would never guess that's you.
You were a tomboy, right?
Telling my mom before 1st grade, I want short hair like the boys so I can play more.
That's right.
So she gave me this haircut, and she did not play. She was like 1 inch all around. Go ahead, girl. Go get your play on.
Yeah, you want to be a tomboy? Here you go. All right, very good. I don't know what we're going to say. Okay, that's my senior picture.
Wow.
That's my senior picture.
That's the one.
That's my senior graduation picture.
From high school or college?
College.
Yeah.
That was Bowling Green. And this was a photo I was goofing off in high school one day. We had a gate that
And you got
blocked
arrested.
off hallways, and there was a yearbook photographer out and about, and he took my picture, and I've had to answer a million times, no, I was not arrested. It was school jail.
That came later.
Which I spent a lot of time in, by the way.
Throwdown Thursday is
Those
still to
were
come,
fun.
everybody. We'll be right back. All right, everybody, it is Throwdown Thursday here on What's New. And, you know, it's on everybody's mind. Back to school. And here in Northeast Ohio, students have already started getting back into the classrooms for the first time in a while.
Matt Wintz joins us now. He's going to be our host, our MC, or today we're going to call him teacher, because this segment is, we're going to test our knowledge to see what we know about school, back to school facts. So
this is
you have the
enlightening,
questions.
so we'll see how you do. This is our first one since the Olympics, so it's really back to the leg lamp again. All right.
Yeah, that's right.
So let's dive into it. First one's about numbers. For perspective, there are more than 600 individual school districts in Ohio. So Ohio, 600 school districts. How many public school districts are specifically in Northeast Ohio? Is it A, 34, B, 47, or C, 61?
How many public districts?
Yeah, public school districts. Betsy?
I'm going to ring in with 47B.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Nice work. Yeah, you knew
I
that.
learned school closing system.
That's right. Yeah, so you had some sort of.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, Jay's got the edge on this one. I don't know why. Ohio, is this true or false? Ohio has the 6th largest public school system in the country. 6th. Jay?
50-50 shot.
I'm gonna say no on that. I would think we would be bigger, but I don't.
No, it's not. It's not false. That's a double negative. No, it's not false. So Betsy, what would the answer be?
I would say whatever Jay didn't say. Now I'm
True.
confused because you said the double negative, which would be a positive, which is true.
It's all over the place. It's definitely true.
It's true.
Yeah, Ohio does have the 6th largest. It's the Columbus City School District.
Oh, that's right. That's
Right.
a big one.
New York City has number 1.
Okay.
All right, number 3. Let's talk money. On average, how much are individual families with kids K through 12 going to spend on back-to-school items this back-to-school season? Is it A, $492, B, $648? Jay?
I'm gonna go with the most expensive one because they always are.
You think it's C?
Yeah, $849. That's per family average, right?
Per family, yeah. You are
That might
absolutely
be high.
correct. It is C. Yes.
Whoa, well
I almost had answer regret.
Pulled one out.
Remorse.
That was
Okay.
great. That's
Okay, so it's-
$59 more than last year and $37.1 billion as a nation. That's an all-time high.
It's a lot of coins.
That's a lot.
So it's tied 3-3. This one will decide it.
This is it. On to the collegiate level for question 4. What percentage of Ohio students currently enrolled in 2- or 4-year colleges or universities after high school? So what percentage of Ohio students enroll basically in college?
Do we get choices or no?
48%, B, 56%, or C, 74%? Jay for the win.
Which was the second one was 56%?
It was 48, 56, 74.
I think the national average is about 50%. So I'm going to go to the closest one to that, A, 48%.
Jay gets the leg lamp. Do we have the leg lamp?
Was it 48%?
It was 56%, the middle one.
Oh, no, I said 48%.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I lose. But at least I'm honest about this. Betsy's the winner.
Betsy won.
Yeah.
Can we talk about the doorbells now? Listen to Jay's. Jay's is very robust.
Yes.
This is mine.
Someone bring me water.
I may or may not have done that on purpose.
Excuse me, I have an answer. The answer, please.
I'll go get the leg lamp.
Oh, so it's 56%.
56%.
That's pretty good. Because I read somewhere that the national average was about half.
About half.
So we're doing better than that.
I'm trying to get Josie to go to trade school. I'm telling you right now, the job prospects for that, unbelievable.
Oh, yeah, it's a
guaranteed
booming,
job.
booming.
Thanks,
okay.
Matt.
Thank you, teacher. Next on What's New, we're going to show you something good, and I love this one. It's an unlikely friendship. It's made at one school, and it's spreading smiles all over the classroom.
Very sweet. Then on What Matters Most at 6, he was once called Akron's most dangerous person. 3 News investigator Rachel Polanski shares exclusive details of Joe Fletcher and why he's running free now, when he's supposed to be in jail.
Yes, hello. We are on, yes, I'm Annie Abraham here in Akron talking about the new police chief that was sworn in today.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to come out. I was like, he's probably got to move the camera. Yes, I can hear you, baby. Yeah. Test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We're here out in. Oh, he's doing it.
It's a Saturday. I'll take it. Hey, mic check. 1, 2, 3. Laura Queso's mic. Thanks so much for joining us. Do you hear him, Russ?
I do not.
Not quite yet.
Check. I got you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Well, today's show is something good comes from a suburb near Atlanta. A high school custodian found an awesome friendship with one 10th grade student with autism. Johnny and Lakira's friendship blossomed at lunchtime in the cafeteria. See, Johnny would have trouble finding people to sit with, so Lakira stepped in.
At 12:30 p.m. at lunchtime, so I just saw her and say, hey to Miss Lakira.
Every single day, he would look for me every day in the cafeteria. And I'm just like, awesome, Johnny, you go.
Isn't this awesome? So the two have shared double stuffed Oreos at lunch. They take turns holding Johnny's pet lizard and support animal Albert. They are looking forward to another school year together. Everybody needs a special friend like that.
I love that. We're out of time. Back tomorrow at 5. Happy birthday, Betsy's dad.
Oh, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
What Matters Most with Russ and Laura starts now.
Now at 6, The Search is on.
Man, I run Akron, man. I'm the biggest thing in Akron, man.
One of Summit County's most dangerous criminals let out of prison by a judge and still